From the heart of El Monte, City Hall West, it's El Monte Tonight with your host, Arturo Esparza, and special co-host, Rose Nava. Tonight on the El Monte Tonight Show, from New Hope Community Church, Pastor Gil de la Rosa. From the Lima Lama Academy, Gilbert Garcia and Gary Pia. And our special guest band on saxophone, Robert Colbin. And I'm yours truly, Miss Jamie Neary. Robert, go on. Take us away.
Okay, and I know he'll switch. There we are. And here we are, once again, a special edition of El Monte Tonight Relay for Life, the little show around the corner and up the block from where you live in beautiful Monte, California, City Hall West, the Bel Air of the San Gabriel Valley. Don't you just love it? Arturo Esparza here, and we have a special co-host. Miss Vivian wasn't available, but we've been very blessed, and the pastor will bear me out on that, to have such a wonderful substitute co-hostess that was gracious enough to come on in and pitch in, came off the bench, said, hey, I'm going to hit a home run for you, Arturo. And here she is. Let's hear a round of applause for Rose Nava, please.
Thank you, Arturo.
You're welcome. Don't tell me you're nervous.
Nope, not at all.
She was all nervous, and now all of a sudden she's cool. She's all smooth. What can I say? Can we get a better shot than that? I think we can get a better shot. There you go. See, I can get it. You're on your game. Okay, so we just, the reason why we said it was a special edition because we have, on the 17th of May, we're having the Relay for Life here in beautiful El Monte, California at Mountain View High School. I believe it commences at 9 o'clock, right? Or 10?
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock. Okay.
Arroyo.
Is it Arroyo?
Arroyo High School this year.
My bad. Arroyo High School. Now we have to change the whole plan. But we'll be there, and we'll be covering it. Just to let you people know, hopefully you'll get a chance to see this May 3rd and 4th. Whittier, California is having their Relay for Life, and that is going to go from 9 a.m. Saturday to 9 a.m. Sunday, and that is at California High School on 8800 Mills Avenue in beautiful Whittier, California. So the reason why he said, hey, wait, Arturo, this is El Monte. Yes, but cancer doesn't know boundaries, okay? So you want to be able to make sure that everybody's aware of that. And I have this nice, I don't know if somebody can get a tight shot. This is really cool. If you make a $25 donation, it's called Are You Tired of Cancer? And they put these nice little colored tires on your front yard with a sign. So it's sort of cool. It's a crazy idea, you know? And they look good on my car, too. Anyway, can we get a shot? We got it? We're good. Okay. Wow. Let's have a round of applause. We got Pastor Gil here in the house. So how are you doing, Pastor?
Good. Doing good.
You look chipper.
Yeah. Staying healthy.
Good, good. You know, well, that's hard to do when you come on my show.
Yeah.
Let me tell you. But what do you think of Robert's good, huh?
He's great.
He's talented. He's so cool. Yeah, you get a round of applause. Robert's okay. We can't. We have no budget. We can't pay him, so we might as well applaud him. We'll give it right. So, tell us a little bit about the Relay for Life.
Well, like you said, it's going to start May the 17th through the 18th. It's a 24-hour event. It's going to start at 9 a.m. At Arroyo High School. And it's a 24-hour event. Starts at 9 on the 17th of May, ends the 18th of May at 9 a.m. So it's a 24-hour event. And the reason for that is because people who have cancer live with this 24 hours a day. So it's an idea to help people to understand what cancer victims or survivors live with all the time.
It's amazing. It's amazing. I think we've all been touched by that somewhere down the line.
Yeah.
How about you, Rosie? You got some people you know?
Yes, I do. As a matter of fact, my brother was diagnosed with colon cancer about 3 or 4 weeks ago.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that was very traumatic for our family as well.
All right.
It's amazing. You know, I think we all have. My sister, God rest her soul, and people that are from the Almani area and South Almani probably remember Project Amiga, Irene Portillo, and she passed away about 1.5 years ago of pancreatic cancer.
Okay.
And she played it close to the vest. She didn't let us know. You know, she was such a tough one. We thought she was indestructible. She was going to live to like 95 years old.
Right.
And we found out in 2 months after she was gone. You know, it was just incredible. And there's such a big void, not only in our family, but I think in the community as a whole.
Right.
So it's tough. It's a tough call, you know. But I'm glad we have this. Now, when you say 24 hours, the relay is going to keep going for 24 hours straight? Is that what it is? So we got different teams?
We have many teams that will be there. People can register for a team now. All they have to do is go to relayforlife.org, El Monte, and our relay at Arroyo will show up. And you could either join an existing team, or you can create a new team, or you could just walk individually.
So it's walking, running?
Walking, running, skipping, crawling, hopping, whatever you want to do. You know, it's all about just bringing awareness to cancer.
Right.
And what inspired you to be so involved in the relay?
I was approached by a gal, Sharon Hall, who was the 2013 relay manager, and she came to our church. And I started thinking about it would be neat to walk from my mom. She died in 2000, April 16th, 2000. She passed away of cancer. And so I thought it would be a way to honor my mom. So I got involved last year, and we had a hard time putting the leadership together. Nobody was willing to come forward to be the chairperson, so I said I would. And so Sharon helped me along with it, and others. And then 2014, I had agreed that I would do this again. But then January 14th of this year, I was diagnosed with cancer myself.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I have it's leukemia. It's chronic lymphocytic leukemia, and it's stage 0.
Right.
And I didn't know you can have cancer and be stage 0, but you can. So they caught her early. It was just a regular checkup.
Right.
And my white blood cell count came back high, so they sent me to oncologist just to be on the safe side, and it came back that I had leukemia.
Well, I'm glad, praise the Lord, that they caught it early.
That's right.
So they know there's a good shot. See, it pays. This man has juice. You know he has juice. He's a pastor. Okay. That's why they just sent him there. God said, hey. Yeah,
I got connections, right?
Yeah, he's got connections. Right? So a round of applause. See, I mean, I tell you, the only connections I got is with Gilbert over there, the mafioso.
That can change.
Yeah. But no, I know. Right now, I'm currently, and I'll share this with some people that didn't know that I'm going through labs myself right now, and they're checking out on a mysterious thing on my thyroid. So I'm going to find out more about that. Stay tuned, America, and we'll find out as Arturo goes to the doctor. But I'm glad that they caught it early, and then I'm glad you're out there on the forefront, because that's a major commitment.
Right.
That's a major commitment.
Right.
I mean, I know how many people say, hey, I do so many things, I'm too busy, I don't have time, But then you have a hero, and it's a hero. Let's call for what it's worth, okay? Let's not mince words right here. There's a young man here that's stepping up to the plate and helping us out here. And let's give him a round of applause.
I was going to share with you that it is the Relay for Life is the signature fundraiser for America, for the Cancer Society. It raises more money for cancer research than any other fundraiser. So it's and thousands of relays are happening across the nation.
Yeah, I was going to say, they're very well spread out. It's okay, now explain to me, because for the people that are ignorant, and I'm number one, when they do a relay, what do they do? Passing the baton like a regular relay, or are they just somebody takes over after one person collapses?
I'll just kind of take you through it real quickly.
Okay, please.
9 o'clock, we have an opening ceremony. We'll have some dignitaries up a flag salute, prayer. We'll recognize our cancer survivors. There'll be actually at 9 o'clock, by 9:30, there'll be a cancer survivor lap. And then everyone else would join in. It's you won't be passing a baton, but if you create a team, you can get people from your team to sign up to say, I'll walk from 10 o'clock to 11. Someone else might say, I'll do 10 to 12. And so the more people you have on your team, that theoretically you can have your team walking all 24 hours.
Right.
And then during the day, we'll have entertainment on the stage. We'll have a kids zone for kids. We'll have food vendors there. There'll be a luminaria event in the evening hour at about 9 o'clock, and that's to remember our loved ones who have passed away of cancer.
Right.
That'll happen at 9 o'clock. But then everyone goes back to walking again. For those who are going to spend the night, they'll spend the night right there in the middle of the football field.
Camp out, huh?
Camp out, yeah.
Let's keep our fingers crossed for good weather, the way it's been right now.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to have a problem.
Well, he knows. See, we don't know, but he's got connections. So, hopefully it will be. But that's fabulous. I guess I'm just wondering, who's the entertainment? I'm just a little curious. What are they going to have, like local groups or something?
Robert could come, That would be wonderful.
See, you got volunteer, Robert. Isn't that great? Robert's a trooper.
Last year.
Yeah. We're going to have...
All right, let's hear for Robert. That's my bro.
We'll have some bands there. I don't know the names of the local bands. Zumba dance will happen hopefully we're trying to see if we can get the ballet folklorical dancers to come.
Beautiful.
There's some other groups. Yeah, we'll have a DJ with music happening all throughout the day.
Yeah, you're gonna need that because I know the bands. See, and this is, like I said, it's a worthwhile cause. And yeah, the Royal High School. And okay, how do they finance it? I know when you have relays or any sort of like this, sponsored by the mile, or how do they do it in this one?
Now, actually, an individual or a team member just registers with just $10,
Okay.
and they'll give you a personal goal of $100, and that's like a personal goal.
Okay.
So if you have a team of 10, and everyone did that, you'd have $1,000.
Right.
And so that's how a team does it. Sponsors, they can make a donation of any size. Again, it's having to go to relayforlife.org.
Beautiful.
And it pretty much walks you. The website will walk you right through the process.
Well, little Jamie was collecting. How much did you collect, Jamie?
I don't know yet the total,
Uh-oh.
but I am a member as
It's
well.
under $1 million, right?
It
You know
is.
what? Almost there.
Yeah, she has a thermometer right next to her.
I do. With this weather,
Yeah, there you
It's all
go.
over.
Hi, Jamie. You too much. Can we get a shot of the poster? It's a pretty spiffy poster here. I'm gonna do that on Isaiah Cam. Actually, I'm gonna let Rose hold it. She got prettier hands. Yeah, I got bear claws. Very good. I like that. He likes to student direct here. I love it. There you go. Thank you, dear.
You're welcome.
So it sounds good. We're going to talk more on that because we have another young man that's closely associated with what's going on with the Relay for Life. But first, we have to turn it on over because part of his contract to Mr. Robert Colbin. Sax for all occasions. Take it away, Robert, here on El Monte Tonight. Oh, you can stay up here if you want, Pastor. You want to stay up here? Or?
I can.
What you do is we'll have you slide down, and we'll have Gary here. You gonna go, Mija?
Oh, you know what? I want to, but my grandmother is doing her Holy Communion on the 17th. At St. Clair Church, St. Peter, St. Paul, in Rancho Cucamonga.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if not, I would definitely be there. And I would take my brother.
No, what I'm freaking out is that you're a grandma. See, when I was growing up, all the grandmothers look like Mary C's.
What's so funny is that she doesn't call me grandma. She calls me mom. And then people ask her, why don't you call me grandma? She goes, oh, because my grandma's too hot and sexy.
Yeah, that's about right. That works for me. He's a
Hi, nice to meet you.
Don't be so shy. Whoa, man. Boy, Robert does it again, man. You just get better. You're like a fine wine, man. Seriously, get better with age. Me, I just like the wine. Anyway, moving right along. Okay, let's round of applause. We got Gary P out here in the house. How you doing,
Welcome, Gary.
I'm doing
Good to
great.
see you again, man. This
Good to
guy's
see you.
becoming a regular. He was here Saturday. Couldn't get enough of our place, so he came back for seconds. So, tell us a little bit about your affiliation with all this noble enterprise, Gary.
Well, I have had the good pleasure of being an American Cancer Society for about 25 years. And I originally got invited to participate by somebody that I knew socially who was employed by the society. And he invited me to come to a meeting. I said yes. And I pretty much never went away. They kept giving me interesting things to do as a volunteer. And I really had a sense that I was helping to make a difference in my community. And I've had the privilege to see so many changes. Some things that we even take for granted now. Like, for example, you can go to any restaurant you want today and nobody's smoking in there.
That's true.
That didn't come about just by itself. The American Cancer Society used one of its most powerful tools, and that's legislative advocacy, to push for and to advocate for this change to happen.
Well, they went after him. They went after big tobacco on that, and that was a very gutsy move on their part back then to do that, because that's like a sacred cow in America. You know, you had three major things: big tobacco, alcohol, and firearms. And so, you know, but to go against a giant like that, and we're still feeling the repercussions. But how many lives has it saved? And they're still pushing.
Exactly.
You know, and that's the main thing.
It was a milestone. California was the first state to enact laws that prohibited smoking in public places and so on. So it's more and more spreading across the country.
That's good. Well, you know, we always lead the. You know, we're a crazy state. They make fun of us, but you know, we take care of business. We're always ahead of the curve.
That's
We are.
true. I traveled to Scotland in 2005, and we got there the week after Great Britain banned tobacco in restaurants.
Oh, that's a miracle.
It truly is. But that's what your American Cancer Society does. It's in the business of creating miracles.
There's a round of applause for Gary, man. Don't you love his voice? He sounds like a
Yes,
radio
I do.
announcer.
Yes, he
Yeah, I
does.
know, he likes it right there. Like, he does. He sounds like the spokesman.
I got a radio face too. So.
Yeah. My God, gee whiz. What do you think, Robert? Is he good? Yeah, oh yeah. I like about Robert. He's so agreeable. Wonderful guy. I'm losing things down here. I think I'm being attacked. But basically, relax. I think it's falling apart here. No, but that's. I mean, it's great that you do the volunteer. You don't get tired. You commit. I mean, I know Pastor Gill's like 24/7 on this. You know, and he's like a pit bull when it comes to this. You know, his care for the situation, because nature of his job, nature of his vocation. But you actually work with what was that, wealth management, or?
Yeah, by profession, I'm a financial advisor, wealth planner. I have my own firm in South Pasadena.
Oh, that's really good. I have to ask this just to get you know, I want people to understand, this man doesn't have to do this, okay? And I'm not talking about my show, because a lot of people don't want to do it anyway. But I'll tell you, he doesn't have to, you know, be committing his time to this because, I'm sure he's doing quite well for himself. It says, mission makes money matter.
That's right. And the name of my company is Mission Street Wealth.
Okay.
And that's not just a quaint reference to a place in my hometown of South Pasadena, because I believe that Mission Street is a place in the heart, because your mission in life is what gives meaning to your money. Mission makes money matter.
That's a
Very
mouthful.
interesting.
I bet you can say rubber baby buggy bumpers too, right?
Not quick.
This is the mission. I'm going to try that. Mission makes money matter. Okay, let's say that chant. That'll be your Zen chant for the week, okay? Just remember that. So actually I have to ask that. What does a wealth planning consist of? I mean, what do you do?
Well, I'll tell you what I do.
Okay.
My philosophy is that your financial resources are here to support you and the goals and the passions you have in your life. So my approach is what I call wealth alignment. By that I mean...
You're not a chiropractor, right?
No,
Okay, I'm
not that
sure.
kind of alignment.
Financial
Because
chiropractor.
when you think about it, every one of us can reflect on a time in our life when we were engaged in an activity and it just lit you up. It was something that was fun for you. It came easy. You were good at it. You got praised for it. And it just felt so good inside as you were involved in that activity. Whatever that thing was that you were doing that made you feel that way, that's why you're here.
Yeah, but I got caught. So, it was good for a while.
That's why you're here. And the reason you felt so good is because that's how the universe tells you you should do more of this. Mm-hmm. So I like to find out what that is for my clients and then bring to bear the tools and techniques, investment, insurance, all that other stuff, so that their money, their wealth supports them in doing more of that.
Sounds good. A round of applause. I like this. This is really great. We got a spiritual pastor and we got a financial pastor here. So I like that because I felt like he's preaching to me here. He's doing this number and I'm like, oh, okay. Take me to your leader, right? Take me to your leader. Yeah.
Now, how long have you been a financial advisor?
Well, I started my career in financial services in 1979. I went independent in 86. And I've been a registered investment advisor in my own practice since 1989.
Oh, okay, well, it's a long time.
You started at 12, right? He liked that.
But it's, it is a stewardship. And, you're dealing with probably the second most serious thing in people's lives next to their health.
Exactly.
Right.
And you do get close to people. I have long-term client relationships that I've had since the late 80s, so it's very gratifying in that way.
Well, that's good. Well, you seem like a square shooter. I mean, anybody who's going to devote his time to the Cancer Society and still, like I said, I'm sure you really don't need that extra commitment, but you do it, and bless you for that.
Art, I can tell you honestly, I've received more than I've given.
I'm sure.
You get engaged in this and you see the way it touches people's lives.
That's right.
And, it fills you up. It's something I enjoy.
Well, you're paying it forward. And I'm sure the pastor will bear me out on that. That's the way you do it. And I know a lot of times when people out there, I know times are tough, but sometimes when you don't feel like you're being blessed, it's always good to bless somebody else because you're paying it forward and it comes back to you.
Yeah,
With some
definitely.
interest, right?
Yes.
There's no question about that. I mean, the surest way to receive a blessing in your life is to give one to somebody else, because the universe recognizes that when you're acting in that way and you're giving, it realizes, oh, you have plenty, so let me give you some more.
Right. Well, that's words to live by because in this channel we've been very well blessed. I've got some wonderful people. We got little Jamie out there, and of course Robert, the Magic Man on the sax. I got my buddy Gil out there. A la carte destructional. We just got a new wrinkle. We got Adam back there, and he was a blessing. And of course, this charming young lady next to me, Rose, who just came out of nowhere. See, that's what the universe heard me.